Hey guys, today we are discussing the e-collar. So I get a lot of questions on which e-collar to use with your dog if you want to attempt to do training with the e-collar. And I'm always super picky when it comes to deciding on which e-collar to use. And I thought today we're going to cover some important bits and bobs, such as which brands are good, or what would I never use, and why am I using the ones that I do. So let's dive straight into it. Hopefully by the end of this video, you're able to make a decision. So if I go to Amazon and I typed in e-collar, and then the first e-collar that comes up is my favorite, and the Mini Educator. Yeah, really good e-collar. I'm going to dive into all the reasons why in a little bit. And then next to it is Dogtra, which is also a really good brand of e-collar. Now, these prices are in New Zealand dollars. And as you can see, they are quite pricey, right? But to me, that is important because a good quality e-collar does not come under $100 New Zealand dollars. So when I scroll down, oh, there's my first under $100 e-collar. And look at that. This is wild. It has 20,000 people that bought it just in this last month. That's actually shocking to me, no pun intended, because this collar, it's going to be rubbish. Yeah, we get a lot of e-collars here that look similar to the Amazon ones. Here, this one. That's the Amazon one. Yes? Like this one here looks exactly the same as, was it this one? That. So this one is $82 on Amazon. It's $51 on AliExpress. And sorry, anything that comes from AliExpress, I will not put on my dog. Okay? So again, there are so many different ones on AliExpress that are the same as that Amazon sold under $100. And I think you would agree with me that everyone has made an AliExpress sale before and you're like, oh my god, this is absolute rubbish. Now we're talking about your dog here and we want to give your dog the best that we can. For examination, this e-collar does seem to have a lot of functions that I approve of. Like it has a beep with levels, vibration with levels, and it does have a 99 levels of stim. But even with all of that, I wouldn't trust it. It says it has 3,300 feet range. Like, I have no idea what that is. Let's have a Google. Oh, it's a kilometer. A kilometer range. What is half a mile? Okay, so it supposedly has a bigger range than e-collar technologies, and I think that's bullshit. I'm just gonna call it out. And it says it's waterproof and it's suitable for dogs from super teeny tiny to massive. Right, whereas say ecollar technologies actually distinguishes that too. You have the Boss, which is for real big dogs. You have the Micro, which is for really small dogs. And then you have the Mini, which is for like any type of dog in between those sizes. So, and then it says it's waterproof for the receiver, which it may be, I don't know. I wonder if the remote is also waterproof. The thing is though, even though it has all these functions that this one also has, right, the good one, the thing is if you buy from ecollar technologies, you have a really good customer service as well. So it is made in the States, and if you have a problem with it, then you can send it back and get a new one pretty easily. My remote looks like this. I like that one better because it holds better and it rolls better. But in the end, if you need to save a little bit of money, the remote works the exact same way. It's just a different shape, okay? And then that's the receiver that comes with it, yeah? So these are the contact points, and we just turn it on like that. Yeah, light turns on, so now we know it's working. Reason number one why I use this is because it has really good customer service and warranty. So if it stops working, you basically let them know and you send it back and you get a new one. Yeah, like these are sturdy, and if it breaks or you have charging issues, you can pretty much send back and get a new one because they really stand behind their product. This e-collar has 100 levels. So a lot of people go like, oh, 100 levels, oh my god, that's bad, right? Like that's the initial response I usually get when I tell clients like, I only use e-collars that have 100 levels. So the reason why I like that is because I can be super nuanced when I give a stim to the dog. If you grab an e-collar that has only 10 levels, or 6, oh my god, please never get one with only 6 levels. Say it has 10 levels. For example, the level 1 on my e-collar is 1, and on the 10 level e-collar is also 1. And then I go to number 2 on mine, but that's level 10 on the other one. Does that make sense? So every 10 jumps on this one is only 1 jump on the cheap one. Yeah, and that means that there is very little nuance you can give. You can kind of go from the dog doesn't feel it to, oh my god, that's too much. And there is nothing you can do about it because that's your e-collar. Whereas with this one, I can go, I think level 5 is not enough. Level 7 is too much, so I'm going to set it at a 6. Yeah, and that's what makes this e-collar really great, in my opinion. And that's why I never ever use e-collars that have like a very limited amount of levels, because the jump will be massive. Okay, the range on this is really good as well. So if you put this on, like this connection is 1/2 mile. Now I always forget how much, I think that's over 1/2 kilometer. If you let your dog run more than 1/2 kilometer away from you, I think you have other problems. Unless you're a hunter and you hunt with your dogs in the forest, or maybe you do tracking or something like that. But if you're just normal Joe with your dog in the park and your dog gets away from you for like 1/2 kilometer or 1/2 mile, I think you have a lot of problems, because that means your dog will have crossed streets and parks and neighborhoods, right? So it is handy though to have a big range, because we don't want our dog to get away like 50 or 60 meters and then the receiver to go spotty. I have no idea what the cheap ones are. Like I would have to actually look that up. That's why we use that. These are also waterproof. So the remote, your dog can go swimming with it, not a problem. Salt water, fresh water, not a problem. Yeah. And it has an easy display, so I'll turn it on for you. There it is. Can we see it? It's on level 4. Yeah, so it shows you the level, and then if I spin it up, now it's on 17, and now it's on 36. Right? I think it's essential that you can see the level. Like I've used a few Dogtra e-collars, and it might just be the model that I use because a client bought it before they worked with me, and I'm okay to work with Dogtra. But you couldn't see the level on a display. You could only see it like notched on the twisty thing, which I found quite confusing because obviously I was used to this. Yeah, that's why I like having a proper display. Then the remote has the stim, like the continuous stim for me, this one, the moment that only lasts like a second, and then vibrate here. Or tone, yeah, beep, or vibrate. Now, mine doesn't do that at the moment because I've connected 2 e-collars to 1 remote, which is a pretty cool feature, right? So if you have 2 dogs, you don't need to get 2 remotes. You just connect both e-collars to 1 remote. And what I did to help me is, well, you can't see it anymore, it's all gross now, but I basically drew on this with red Sharpie. You can see like residue, and red corresponds with the red button here. Yeah, and then the other collar was for the black button. Now, another thing I really love about e-collar technologies is that you can connect a sound box You can also do this with other e-collars. I know Dogtry has them, but again, the cheap ones, probably not. And I feel like a sound box is essential when you're learning how to use the e-collar. All it does is give you feedback on when the e-collar is being used. And that way you can really, as a trainer, I won't train anyone without it, because I want to know if your timing is right. There you go. Took a minute. I always forget which buttons to press. Alright, so you press this button until it blinks, and then you have to press the red one and the black one. Now, and you have to turn this to 0 before I forget to tell you. Right now, whenever I press the button, this will give me feedback. So, for example, that's my continuous button. Yeah, as long as I keep pressing this red button, this thing will keep going on. So it's really convenient that if you give your dog a stim, that you can hear it and you can see it, or whoever you're working with can see it. So I think if you buy an e-collar, having a sound box is super convenient to have. This is why I always recommend the Mini Educator. I've been very happy with it, and I've worked with many dogs on this. What you can do if you have a very furry dog is you can get some wings and you attach them so there's a bigger surface. It's very handy for very furry dogs. They have lots of accessories for e-collars. So, but as a base, I would really suggest the Mini Educator. Alright, I hope that was helpful for you. I'll drop some links in the comments, and then I'll see you next time. See ya, bye!